So, a very good morning to you. So, day after tomorrow, these campaigning and all will be stopped. Hmm? आज सही है अच्छा 4th को yes because I was coming there was a kind of rally headed by the MLA, so full car jam pack. The best way is to come by 11 number की गाड़ी metro, yes or no? So yesterday we started about CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General. Article 148 says that the President of India shall appoint a person on the constitutional post called as CAG for 6 years or 65 years of term, whichever is earlier, whichever is earlier means the remaining period of 2 years at the age of 63 will result into his retirement, yes or no? Or if the person has been appointed as at the age of 58, then person will be retiring at 64. So 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Now this CAG under Article 149 as prescribed by the President, right? So under Article 149, what are the tasks has been given to CAG? Number 1, to suggest means to prescribe the form for audit for union and for states. For union and for states means what? Say for example, this is the form. Asset, liability. So we have NPA also, non-performing assets. So loan will be kept here. So this is, I'm just telling you in the terms what you know already. NPA. Why bad loans are termed as assets? Say for example, I took 100 rupees from you as a loan. I couldn't repay it back. It become bad loan because what? I could not repay it back in time, or I did not pay you back the complete amount or the interest, or 100 rupees after 2 years only, so interest. So it is an asset for you. Why? But why it is not a liability? This has been decided by CAG in the form, right? Why it is not a liability? It is liability because you gave me 100 rupees, right? You could ask me to give something as mortgage of 500 rupees. Say for example, 500 rupees का क्या आता है? Watch. Okay, watch. 1000 rupees you have given me on loan. So if I'm not repaying it back to you, you have something, the asset. Now, if you have not given, you have not taken any mortgage, but on the face value of mine, you have given it to me. So it is a risk hinge, right? So the face value is also something as part of asset or not. So that is why no organization, no private organization especially, wants to lower its credential, especially the bank, the private banks. So if there is a rumor that the ICICI bank is getting bankrupt, so all people will be queuing up in the lines in front of ATMs to withdraw the money. Then all of a sudden, what will happen? The liquidity amount will go down. Then ICICI is having lots of business, mutual funds and what is and what not, insurance, everything. So they are just circulating the money. So current account, saving account, fixed deposit, these are the three categories. So in current account, they don't keep this money anywhere. They keep the money with them. In saving account, yes, they know that the money will not be withdrawn on one fine day. So they are just having limited utility of it. But the fixed deposit, they are using it, because fixed deposit is generally not broken by the consumers. On maturity, they would like to have it. You're getting my point or not? Now this is asset because of the fact that it has been kept with other person, and you are confident that other person will be giving it back to you, and you are also earning something out of it. So it is not a liability of yours. It is a foolishness that you have taken 100 rupees from other to give it to me. You understand this? Some people are like that. So they are called as mediators. So bank become mediator, that we will be taking money from other sources and will be paying your bank loan, but your home and your vehicle papers will be kept with us. There are bodies, right? Now, if for union the form has been prepared, fine. Now, who will check this form, which is filled by a department or ministry? Who will check this form? Who will check? CAG, as part of auditor. Checking means auditing. You are getting my point or not? I'm just trying to make it very, very clear. So auditing will be done by CAG, the very person who made this form. Now, this department and ministry is headed motivate admi. You need to understand this. Now, don't you think that they will like to appoint a person who is prescribing or suggesting a form which is helping them to hide the money which is otherwise seen in a very smart form, and it is otherwise hidden. So that is why net and gross concept. What is the difference between net and gross? Say for example, you told that out of the X amount given to me, only Y amount is left. This is what, net or gross? So X minus Z is equal to Y amount. So X amount I give, say for example 1000 rupees I give, you spent 800 rupees, 200 rupees left, right? So what will you say? That only this amount. Now if this amount is the result of many amounts like 80, 100, 120 on different days, But in last after 10 days you are saying that only 200 rupees left. There may be a dicey situation that for 9 days you were honest and on one day you were dishonest, and grossly you said that only 200 rupees left. But if you might have given me the detailed account, I could come to know that what is the misappropriation. You're getting my point or not? So the smart form is very, very important to catch any deviation or misappropriation. Right? So it is also something like CAG has given birth to a baby, and the same person as mother is operating upon that baby. Emotions involved. Will the mother doctor will be carrying out the kind of neutral operation on that same baby? No. So the mother doctor will be requesting her friend that please carry out the operation because emotions involved here, my hand will be trembling. Yes, it is but natural. So that is why in 1976 another body called as Controller General of Account. It is not comptroller, it is Controller General of Account, CGA. CGA is not a constitutional post. CGA was created to prescribe the form for union so that anomalies should not happen. And why that 1976? Before emergency, because the then lady prime minister wanted to cover the money spent by his son, Mr. Sanjay Gandhi. CAG that time was very neutral, and that is why it was done. But otherwise, it is good that monopoly in any sense is not good. Yes or no? So this is the thing. But CAG is a unitary character or a federal character post? See, CAG is a federal character post. In prelims, if it is the question, then it is federal character post. Why? Because it is to prescribe the form for states also. And today, who is prescribing the form for states? CAG, not CGA. CGA is prescribing form for only union, not for the state. The constitution is making CAG as a federal post. That is why they cannot do it. And if they have to do it, then there will be a constitutional amendment act to be ratified by minimum half of state legislatures, because it is a federal feature. You understood this? Now, another thing was that yesterday I told that comptroller means, you see, this is the fund, money is kept here. Okay, now the motivate army has to take out money out of it through budget or the money bill. Now you see this, that the money is to be taken out, the money is to be discussed in the parliament, the policy cut, economic cut, token cut will be there. But in UK, what is happening, that comptroller word is meaningful there, that the money that you have included in budget is to be approved by CAG. But here in India, CAG is not coming into picture. It is the direct affair of the ministries and the parliament, the government. CAG is not coming in picture. CAG is coming in picture when this person has spent the money and deposited part of it in Swiss bank account. You understood this? So this is the gap at the post-mortem state. At the post-mortem state, the CAG is appearing when the money has already been done away with. You're getting my point? Now, CAG is not a member of the parliament, is not part of the parliament. Now, CAG submits its report to the president, who send it to the parliament, wherein there is a body called as PAC. I have already given you Public Accounts Committee. The member of Public Account Committee 22, 15 from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha, and it is headed by leader of opposition necessarily. It is headed by a person who is from opposition. Why? Because government will not be coming out with any truth which is against it. And PAC is scrutinizing the report of CAG. And if CAG is also thumping the government, yes, the government is doing fine, then what is the need to have CAG? It means government is already honest. We need not to maintain the office of CAG unnecessarily giving him salary. Some mistake has to be there. Some misappropriation is to be there. Some corruption is to be there. PSC 7. Out of 22 members, 15 members from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha, and it is headed by opposition member. You are getting my point. Now, there was a person, Binod Rai. He wrote a book, Not Just an Accountant. Vinod Rai was CAG. After the Commonwealth game, he retired, wrote a book, Not Just an Accountant. मैं केवल एक अकाउंटेंट ही नहीं हूँ, ऑडिटर भी हूँ. ये कहना चाहते थे. क्यों कहना चाहते थे? क्योंकि कॉमनवेल्थ गेम में वही लाइट वाला एपिसोड, जवाहरलाल नेहरू स्टेडियम, 100 crore rupees lights imported that could be arranged within 1 crore rupees from India. Why 99 crores? So no one can stop it. No one. Everything is of government. Secretary level person cannot stop it. Democracy. I think it is the same car carnival that I escaped anyhow. If we make it soundproof, then also sound will be percolating of this intensity. Hmm? Hmm. So, not just an accountant. एक और है. So, you are going to cast your vote? Hmm? नहीं? No? Vote. Kerala. Okay. Hmm. वोटर आईडी नहीं बना है. Schools are having holidays or schools are on going on? अच्छा, बच्चों को बहुत मजा आ रहा होगा कि तो कैसे भी करके पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है। हम्म। क्लास खत्म हो जाती है, स्कूल डेज में तो यही होता है। अभी यहाँ से जो रूम में रह रहे होंगे ना, जो पीजीज में, बाई द साइड ऑफ द रोड, वो खिड़की खोल के सोचते होंगे पत्थर वत्थर इकट्ठे करके रख लेते हैं बाल्टी में ऊपर से, बिकॉज पढ़ने नहीं दे रहे, डिस्टर्बिंग। इफ इट माइट हैव बीन दी लास्ट मंथ लेफ्ट फॉर प्रीलिम्स, फिर सोचो क्या होता। एनीवे, नाउ कमिंग बैक, आई होप इट शुड बी फाइन. So not just an accountant, because the the CAG report was having the episode of this light also. But why? And the Congress government headed by Sirajit here, she was chief minister, forced him to delete that part before it is submitted to the president, and that he revealed in the book. And that is why when this NDA government came to power, they opened the book, an account against Sheila Dikshit. That is why Sheila Dikshit was appointed as governor, and that too of a faraway state, Kerala, because of Article 361 benefit, that the governor will not be booked for any civil offense, right? So that is what the protection. Okay. Now, why the CAG was having this report, and what is the report? The report is connected to the types of audit. Types of audit that CAG is conducting. One type of audit is very conventional, that where you have spent this money. So, say for example, you spent the X amount and you have purchased a machine, or you have made the building, or you have spent the amount in the services, for example, website development or whatever. CAG is authorized to ask only the certificate or bill, not the machine, that where it is kept I want to see. Bill can be artificial too, and bill will not be artificial, of course, but the person from whom you have purchased something, you have told that some of the amount I will give you, but part of the amount that I am paying you, please deposit it to my account. That is why I am giving you the contract. For example, being a minister, you have given contract for 100-kilometer road to a contractor, and there are 10 other competitors, you did not give it to them. Why? Because he was giving you the maximum amount in return, and that too he will not reveal to any other person. You're getting my point? So certificate, so this is one lacuna, but another type of audit is propriety audit. Propriety audit is also called as wisdom audit. This is something which is done as part of the discretion of CAG. Discretion means, if I think, being a CAG, that I need to carry it out, I will carry it out. Now, what happens in it? For example, you spent in X amount in purchasing this machine. CAG is saying that the same amount is available in X minus Y cost, means comparatively less amount. You spent 1 lakh, but the same machine is available in 25,000 also, same guarantee, same quality. Why did you spend this much of amount when the alternative was available? This propriety audit was exercised by CAG in carrying out the audit for the expenditure done during the Commonwealth time, and that was deleted forcefully. But when there is a question in civil services UPSC exam, You will always say that CAG is friend, guide, and philosopher, and he is one of the bulwark of democracy in India apart from UPSC and Election Commission, in the words of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. In the words of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Bulwark. Have you seen bulwark? What is bulwark? Have you seen train engine? Only one engine. This lumby train, this long train, but there is one hook and there is some then hinge. This is called as bulwark. Okay, so it is pulling the train of democracy. And what all other engines are there? UPSC and Election Commission. Okay, understood. Can we write one line about it? Okay. Article 148 provides for an independent office of CAG who is head of Indian audit and account department, Indian audit and account department, full stop. He is the guardian, GUARDIAN, guardian of public purse, and control entire financial system of the country. Full stop. Thus, CAG office is a federal or all India character. CAG office is of federal or all India in character. In the words of Dr. Ambedkar, he is one of the bulwark, BULWARK, bulwark of Indian democratic system, other being UPSC and Election Commission. The next paragraph. CAG is appointed by the president for 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier, full stop. He enjoys the status of Supreme Court judge He enjoys the status of Supreme Court judge and he doesn't work during the pleasure of the president. Presidents. Please stop. Independence of CAG. Independence of CAG office. CAG office can be ensured by the following facts. Following facts. Number one, the salary of CAG. The salary of CAG is charged upon Consolidated Fund of India. Consolidated Fund of India, and his salary cannot be altered to to any disadvantage during his tenure. During his tenure. Number two, he can be removed in the same manner. He can be removed in the same manner the Supreme Court judges are removed. The Supreme Court judges are removed. And number third, he cannot work after retirement. He cannot work after retirement. Then put the heading duties of CAG. Duties of CAG. Write in it. Article 149 says that Parliament by law provides for duties and power for CAG. Provides for duties and power for CAG. Full stop. Accordingly, Parliament enacted CAG duties, power and conditions of Service Act 1971, which provides for following duties. Number one, CAG is both auditor and accounting authority for union as well as states. Then number two, CAG is responsible for preparation of account format of union and of the states full stop. However, in the same point, however, in 1976, the power to make format of union account was taken away from CAG, and it was given to CGA, that is Controller General of Account, which is not a constitutional post. Today, today, CAG continue to make format of accounts of all the states except Goa. Except Goa. Why Goa? Because माने ही नहीं वो लोग, right? The next point. ये समझ में आया point? Already explained. Okay. Then third point. CAG can audit all public expenditure done by ministries and department Then fourth one, CAG can also audit public commercial enterprises like Air India, ONGC, which are government companies. Let's stop CAG in the same point. CAG can also indirectly audit non-commercial autonomous bodies if requested by the government but it cannot audit body like RBI. Right? RBI, LIC, FCI, Food Corporation of India. The number 6 point. Now the FCI, you must understand that audit it cannot do, but it can observe. You can recall the reports of CAG. That CAG report was saying that the country is not having the grain to eat. There is famine. But there is a grain lying in the godown of FCI, eaten by the rats. Lying vacant means in open. They are not having the warehouses to keep the wheat. Then on the top of it, you are importing the grain from other country. People are dying out of hunger. You are having sufficient reserve in FCI which are eaten by the mouse and rats. And to fulfill the gap of the domestic production, you are importing it from the other country like Australia. You're getting my point? Because already you made the promise. That was the observation of CAG. Now, next point, CAG has the power to conduct following types of audit. Following types of audit. Number one, regulatory audit. Regulatory audit. Right in this. CAG check whether CAG check whether the money has been spent. Money has been spent for the authorized purpose or not. Authorized purpose or not. This audit is regular in nature. This audit is regular in nature. The number two is propriety or wisdom audit. Propriety or wisdom audit. Propriety means to whom it belongs, right? Means I owe my decision. The decision is having my propriety, right? So write in it. CAG conducts such audit at his own discretion, in which he checks extravagant means wastefulness, extravagant and wastefulness of the expenditure, or he checks how efficiently the fund was utilized. How efficiently the fund was utilized. Then the third one, performance audit. Third type of audit is performance audit. In this CAG sees that after spending money, the policy, program or project reached its result or not. Then the last point, CAG submits its report. To the President of India, who lays this report of CAG to Parliament, which discuss it through Public Account Committee, and Committee of Public Undertaking COPU. Committee of Public Undertaking. Basically all PSUs, public sector undertakings, like ONGC, like ISRO, right? Now right below this, CAG is agent of parliament. CAG is agent of parliament who is friend, philosopher and guide to it. Agent of parliament who is friend, philosopher and guide to it. Please stop. On the basis of CAG report, on the basis of CAG report, the next year budget is applied with policy cut and economy cut. Economy cut. Full stop. CAG, though have been provided with constitutional status, though THOUGH, though has been provided with constitutional status, but it suffers from the following drawbacks. Number one, in India, CAG is not CAG, but he is only AG. He is only AG. As in UK, CAG is CAG. CAG is CAG. Full stop. Because the word comptroller, 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 means the one who sanction or approve, SANCTION, sanction or approve the amount to be withdrawn from the fund for expenditure, which is not done by Indian CAG, Full stop. He is only an auditor. Who appears at the stage postmortem stage when the money has already been spent. When the money has already been spent. Full stop. Further, his power to make union account was also taken away in 1976 by a newly created post CGA. by a newly created post of CGA. Right? Then second point, CAG reports lack quality. CAG reports lack quality as the propriety wisdom audit reports lack quality as the propriety of the wisdom audit is minimally conducted by CAG. Right, then number third, no qualification criteria no qualification criteria no qualification criteria for the appointment of CAG has been laid down and for most of the time and for most of the time an IAS an IAS generalist is appointed at CAG. IAS generalist G, an IAS, how one he is journalist. Okay, so IAS is generalist and IPS is specialist. IRS is an specialist who knows everything about something, and generalist who knows something about everything in order to be master of none but jack of all. So you be. I wish you to be so. No? Understood what did I say? Okay, good. Anyway, an IAS, the generalist, is appointed as CAG, who is not a specialist in the revenue and auditing matter the way an IRS or IAAS have. IAAS, Indian Audit and Account Service, right? Hmm? Yes. And but natural, the CAG must be from IRS or IAAS, but they are because of the close proximity to the ministers to balance the things, because auditing is not the pure matter. Extra auditing matters are more important than the core matter sometimes. The way preparation in civil services is not is the core matter, but more important matter that are connected to the UPSC preparation are not the is not the study, but the forward and backward linkage to the study. Yes or no? What is the forward and backward linkage to your core area of the study? Did you ever think? No? What is the forward link to your study? What is the backward link to your study? What is my question? I'm very happy. So he did not understand the question. You understood the question? You understood the question? You understood? Yeah, tell me the answer. You don't know. What can be the answer otherwise? In general? So first forward link that you have gotten, you have got up early in the morning or in time at least, and you are here. Otherwise, the offline class could not have been conducted for you. Yes or no? But otherwise, what is the precondition? What is the forward link to it? That you are mentally prepared, you are physically healthy, not sick, and you're not hungry, and you're not only physically present here but also psychologically you are present here. Yes or no? This is also a forward link. Then you are understanding something that I am saying. This is all forward link. If you might have done something in advance, like some reading, plenary reading for CAG from some of the books, that could have also been the forward link. Now, what is the backward link after this topic is over? Hmm? And seeing the questions, previous year questions at least. Yes or no? Then only the thing is complete. And apart from the other personal things, right? So that's how the UPSC preparation is contingent and dependent upon some of the things which are not at all connected to the exam. Hmm? So, right ahead of this, in last 35 years, in last 35 years, all journalist IAS have been appointed as CAG, which is a matter of concern, which is a matter of concern. In the initial year of independence, in the initial year of independence, senior IAAS used to be appointed as CAG. CAG. Then the fourth point, CAG sometimes is called as toothless tiger. Teethless or toothless, teethless tiger, as no executive police force, no executive police force have been provided to him, and recommendations of CAG are not binding, nor he can initiate any legal action, nor he can initiate any legal action for any fraudulent activity he found. Any activity he found. And last point after this, there is no inadequate workforce. There is no inadequate workforce in CAG office, as CAG has to depend upon deputation. Deputation. Okay, this is what we have for CAG. In this noting, which is the most important paragraph what that you need to mention anyhow in the answers? Which paragraph is the most important one? Okay, and hmm? Last के two paragraphs. But in this friend, philosopher, guide, bulwark, the guardian of public purse, hmm? Toothless tiger. So this paragraph was important wherein CGA, CAG is not CAG but only AG, right? This is the crux. Maximum numbers will be there out of these expressions. Hmm? So where critically you have analyzed the first point, wherein CAG is not CAG but AG. That is the main catch. And the propriety audit, propriety audit. For example, the parliamentary control over the government. Don't you think that CAG will come in picture? Parliamentary control means PAC is one of the agency of parliament only or of the government or of the parliament. And control on the government, it can be through only what? भाई गवर्नमेंट आफ्टर ऑल यहाँ पे है क्यों? आप लोगों के विकास के लिए और अपने विकास के लिए. मिनिस्ट दोनों के लिए. कम ऑन, you are a matured person. This government which is singing the song for national development and what is and what not, are they serious for your development or their own development? But in your development they can bring out their own development. It is not possible that they can talk about their own development directly. Who cares? Who cares? Right? After the power is there with them. That's it. You will understand it. Anyway, the Attorney General of India. Hmm? Appointment of import. हाँ. कैसे होती है बताया आपको. आर्टिकल 148 के थ्रू प्रेसिडेंट करता है. सब पहला पॉइंट यही था. नो, गवर्नमेंट एडवाइस करती है सीएजी को अपॉइंट करने के लिए. प्रेसिडेंट की डिस्क्रेशनरी पावर नहीं है ये. सीएजी कैसे अपॉइंट होता है कि जो रिटायर्ड पीपल हो जाते हैं उनको और सर्विंग को दोनों को सीएजी बनाया जा सकता है. नाउ आईएएस की जो रिटायरमेंट एज है वो कितनी है? 60 ईयर्स, राइट? देन आपको 6 साल के लिए या 65 ईयर्स ऑफ एज तक के लिए बनाया जा रहा है. मीन्स द वन हु हैज गॉट रिटायर्ड एट द एज ऑफ 59 ऑल्सो, राइट? बिकॉज at the age of 21 one was selected, right? So how many years maximum you can serve in Indian bureaucracy? So that is what I'm asking. So 21-year old man can give the exam person, right? So when the person is joining in Lavasna, so what one what's age should one reach? So close to 22, right? Then 22 plus 6, 38, 60. So 38 years around. Yes or no? So very few people are having 38. Now, in case if it may means one may be retiring at the age of 59 also. Why? Because any graduate can fill the form who is yet to get the degree. Final degree has not come yet. That is a date. The UPSC calendar has been divided into two, pre-July and post-July, the exam cycle. So the date of birth is either having what, 31st August or 31st July? 31st August. 1st August है ना, 31st July, so last date, so 1st August. And there is another date also in the month of January. The exams which are conducted in latter part of this year, they have the date of birth in the month of January. I think 1st or 15th, or I don't know, I don't remember. The exams which are held in the first part of the year before July, they are having the date of birth as the last one. The date that is 31st of July, that is the 1st August, right? Now CAG president is appointing, the experience is to be there from the revenue side or from the administration side, and generally the services, they are appointed as the CAG. This is the only point. What is the controversy in it? Mm-hmm. Hmm. So on the advice of the government, it is okay. So anyway, attorney होती है, constitutional post है, but only thing is there, then the government has gone, another government has been invited, who is belonging to another political party, which is contrary to the interest, or which is in contrast to what the CAG is thinking, because CAG was brought by the previous government, then definitely things will be there. And there are mistakes also. For example, Dr. Kalam was brought by UPA government, and Dr. Kalam was working contrary to the interest of UPA. He was not doing things as a rubber stamp. So there are mistakes. So that is why second time he was not brought as president. Attorney General, Article 76, is a constitutional post. Now, who is Attorney General? Hmm? So he is highest law officer of the country. He is working during the pleasure of the president. It means he can be removed without giving any reason anytime. It means if today the ex political party is having the government, they will like to have their own lawyer, and the same lawyer can work for Y party also. Answer is generally negative. So whenever the new government is formed of the of the different political party, Attorney General is appointed afresh. Now one thing, Attorney General is given any salary? Answer is no. Attorney General is not given any salary. One is given only the retainer amount. So I am retaining you as my lawyer. So it means what? Am I free to take other cases also? No. I can take the other cases being the Attorney General, but I cannot take those cases which are going against the government of India. Because I am lawyer of a party and I am taking those cases also. Right? I need to fight against that same political party. So I cannot take those cases. But am I bound to take all the cases being your lawyer? Am I bound? Answer is no. I am a lawyer. If I will be losing the case in the court, my dignity will be lowered. Yes or no? I will be seeing the case, the nitty gritty of the case. I will study the case, then I will admit it. It's not that I will be taking up any of the case of government of India. Because I am a lawyer after all. You give it to another person. What is the problem? This is one thing. Now, if I am lawyer of the government and client always hides something from the lawyer, you are hiring a lawyer, will you be telling all the truth to the lawyer? No. And that is why Attorney General has right to attend the parliamentary proceedings or not. Answer is yes. Because what is happening? It means Attorney General has right to audience the parliamentary proceedings. Has he right to speak? So if one has to ask the question, so one has right to speak. Yes or no? But one has right to vote. No. So Attorney General is not having right to vote. This is one thing. Now you see, if the Union Council of Minister has been protected by Attorney General, there is State Council of Minister headed by Chief Minister. It is to be protected by a law officer. That same law officer is called as Advocate General. Advocate General, who is the highest law officer at the state level, and the same provisions. Now, don't you think that Attorney General and Advocate General can be face to face? Yes, it is possible. State is having different political party. The center is having different political party. Both bodies are fighting with each other in the court. It is possible. Now, being the highest law officer, don't you think that more workload is there with them? They need to be assisted by some person, and that post is called as Solicitor General of India. And there are many Assistant Solicitor Generals. Assistant Solicitor Generals. Solicitor General is a constitutional post? No. Statutory? It is a constitutional post. Advocate General is a constitutional post. समझ में आई बात नहीं इसको लिख लें हम लोग फटाफट से अंडर आर्टिकल 76 Attorney General is appointed by the president by the president with 65 years as maximum age, with 65 years as maximum age, and with no fixed tenure, and with no fixed tenure, because he works during the pleasure of the president, during the pleasure of the president, pleasure of the president. A person who is qualified to be appointed as a person who is qualified to be appointed as Supreme Court judge can be appointed as Attorney General. He is highest law officer. He is highest law officer of the country. Law officer of the country. And for union, who represent government of India in the court, in the court. Full stop. Generally, he is appointed when new government sworn in, and he resigns whenever the council of minister or government is going out of office. Out of office. Generally, he accepts all the cases. But he is not bound for the same. He is not bound for the same. Full stop. That is why he is not considered as government officer. Full stop. He is not given salary. But he is given retainer amount. He is assisted by Solicitor General. SOLICTUR. He is assisted by Solicitor General while imparting the duties. SG is not a constitutional post. Solicitor General is not a constitutional post. Please stop. Attorney General AG can be assigned other duties, with other duties by the president from time to time. Full stop. It is to be noted that AG means Attorney General, AG has a right to appear in Supreme Court and High Court both, and in any other court of the country, and in any other court of the country. He also has the right. He also has the right to appear in the proceedings, proceedings proceedings of both the houses parliament of both the House of Parliament, and he has right to speak, but he doesn't have right to vote. Doesn't have right to vote. President, yeah. Put a small adding here only. Advocate General. Right in it. Article 165 has provided for this officer who is highest law officer in the state. Who is highest law officer in the state. He is appointed by the governor. With the minimum qualification to be appointed as High Court judge. He holds the office during pleasure of the governor. He holds the office during pleasure of the governor. His functions and conditions are similar. His functions and conditions of office are similar to the Attorney General. But in relation to the State Council of Minister and Government. But in relation to the State Council of Minister or Government. Right? So this is what is the relation between these officers. Basically, these are the political post. We may write about it, but there is no direct question coming from these posts, because these are political posts. What UPSC aspirant will write? Everything is in color. Color means colorable. Okay. Now we will be seeing another constitutional body called as UPSC. थ्री 23 को हमने हटा दिया. Okay. In books you may find 323 also. So what do you know about UPSC? You know something about it? Hmm. 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 अच्छा चलो कुछ क्वेश्चन because you are preparing for civil services. Which is the selecting agency for IAS? Hmm? तो फिर MHA कह रहे हो ना, तो फिर IPS के लिए कौन है? MHA. और IAS के लिए मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पर्सनल MOP. Yes or no? These are the selecting agencies. So it means recruiting agency क्या है? IAS की recruiting agency क्या है? UPSC है. Selecting agency. Appointing agency क्या है IAS की? President. Okay. So it means UPSC has been created to assist whom? Ministry or any other person? President. Because who has to appoint? President. And for this, advice is available. Of whom? Hmm? So, President has created UPSC. Has created UPSC to assist it. Though UPSC is a constitutional body. So, Constitution has provided for the President to have a body called as UPSC to advise it to appoint a person that one is suitable to be appointed as a civil servant. Gazetted officer. Rajpatra. Rajpatra means Raja ka patra. Gazette. So gazetted officer means what? That president under his hand and seal approved your name to be under the Rajpatra. Gazetted officer. All the posts of All India services, of central services, are Group A and Group B, not Group C. But both A and B posts are gazetted posts. Now SSC CGL is also conducting the exam for Group B post, but these are not gazetted posts. Direct recruitment for gazetted post for civil services is possible only through UPSC. Now primarily UPSC was created to conduct civil services exam, constitutionally speaking, but conventions also it is following. What convention? Conventionally it is also conducting exam for NDA, CDS, CAPF and any other exam given to it by the president. UPSC was not created for NDA, CDS. It is as part of the convention. As if tomorrow there may be a different post for Armed Force Commission, then they will be conducting this exam. So for example, FCAT is not conducted by UPSC. Yes or no? Only NDA and CDS, CAPF. So FCAT के लिए सबसे पहले the recommendations was to be given to UPSC, but that Air Force did not like UPSC to have it. That is why they were conducting it at their own. FCAT, right? So FCAT paper is designed by whom? Air Force only. They have education wing. Why? What is the greed? What is the greedy matter in their mind? Air Force. More vacancies, more education officers. But the pattern is same. Reasoning, math, GS and all. That's it. The same thing is with the universities. The assistant office professor exam is to be conducted by UPSC. Some of the state PCS are conducting the assistant professor's exam for its more neutrality. What they are doing? They are keeping the appointment with them only. Why? Because the people who are doing PhDs under the professors will not be abiding by them. What does it mean? If you are doing PhD under a professor for 5 years, you need to purchase the vegetable from the market. You have to do house core works of professor, and there is no one to hear the professor's song to accompany him in the old age. Then you are there listening to his old conventional talk that he has already narrated the same story 1,000 times, but again and again he is coming up with. So that is what is the main story. That is why they are not giving it to UPSC. You see, the quality of the person selected as a teacher will be better or not. They are doing it. That's how it is. Now, what is the most prestigious central service? That I've already asked once. Most prestigious All India services. Hmm? Most prestigious All India services IAS, and central services IFS, foreign service. They are not federal services. Central services, these are necessarily because they come to Delhi, then they get out of Delhi to other country. Simple. Then there are zonal service also. No? Zonal. Zone. So as an IRS, will you be having cadre or you will be having a zone? Cadre. IRS is not All India service. Hmm. No, no, IRS. IRS will be given a zone. Zonal services these are. IAS, IPS, forest, they are given state cadres. Okay. And Danips and Daniks? Danips and Daniks. What is Danip? Danip. D-A. Danip. D-A-I-N-P. Dan IPS. Delhi Andaman Nicobar Police Service. That's how Daniks. Group B. But people prefer to have this post because of obvious reasons. IPS, Indian Postal Service, is Group A. People don't prefer it over Daniks and Danips. They like to be Group B. Why? Andaman Nicobar, good posting, like another Goa, Delhi, again, and then administration or police. And the same exam, same batch, huge gap in Missouri with your batchmate who is Danip and you are an IPS. You are having the training. You are group A, another is group B. In Delhi, if you are posted, you are an IPS. You will be given directly ASP or SP, right? And as a Danip, you will be having 10 years gap with your batchmate. Any problem? That time you will have some problem. Otherwise, if you look at this, that yeah, I got the job, that too good one. But ego, hmm? Ego, yes or no? Especially when the boy is in this and the girl is in this, and they have to be together for life. It has happened many a time. But you have to be thick skinned. It's good. It is good. The two officers together at a place. Comfort, more comfort. Yes or no? So, for example, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, his wife, civil servant only, same place posting. I don't know they are co equals or not, but probably co equals. So, it is better. Anyway, now if you need to be appointed, so if you need to create UPSC or you need to create a public service commission, which article is used in the constitution? Hmm? Which one? 316. Very close. Keep it an odd number. Article 315. And of course 316, which is providing the detailed provision. Now if you need to create a new all India service or central service, Article 312. And now you need to protect them. Which article? Article 311. Okay. If I need to appoint you as member of UPSC, what qualification you need to have? Hmm? No qualification. Only one qualification is there, that more than half of its officers should have minimum 10 years of administrative experience. Now, what administration they have not clarified. But UPSC can take help of, can appoint a private organization to advise it. For example, Sam Pitroda. For example, Montek Singh Ahluwalia. Now, more than half of its officers should have 10 years of administrative experience. So, maybe people from state services and from central services, they are appointed as the member of UPSC. Now, is it possible that a chairperson is coming from non-civil service background? Yes. So most of the time, a teacher is becoming the chairperson of UPSC. Now, huh? Any, like for example, DP Agrawal, he was a teacher, math teacher. No, because the qualification, only half of, minimum half of the state with the strength should have 10 years of administrative experience. Then, can a defense officer be appointed as member or chairperson? Answer is yes. Administrative. Hmm? Is a political decision. Means the qualifications are not denying, and many of the defense officer have been appointed as the chairperson and member of UPSC. Have you understood this? So we have to write things about it tomorrow or today. hmm? आज लिखना है नहीं? Tomorrow you have the class. सैटरडे तो क्लास नहीं होती सैटरडे को? चलो इसी को थोड़ा सा लंबा कर लेते हैं, आधा घंटा. Second of the class we will not have, maybe tomorrow. Possible?